Hello guys, welcome back to NFT Inspo. For today's video, we are going to show you how to use Google Calendar effectively. So if you're interested, let's start the tutorial. So you might be wondering, how do you use effectively Google Calendar? Well, with using Google Calendar effectively, you first have to know what are the tools, what are the settings that you can actually access on Google Calendar. Now, we all know Google Calendar is a great way for you to keep track of tasks, events, or anything that you want to keep track on. Like, for example, your school schedule, your projects, or anything that you have in mind. But in this case, we are currently on our Google Calendar. So just go to calendar.google.com, log in into your account, and this is the first UI that you'll be seeing on your screen. Now, in this case, what are the settings that we can access here? Now, first that we need to view here is the top section. Now, top section should include the calendar section, the today section. So if you want to switch to a different day, you could go ahead and click on the next icon here, which is the next or forward icon, or the back arrow previous week option. Now, depending on what you actually selected here, on the rightmost side here, we have the week. It would change how it actually interacts. So since it is on a weekly basis, so when you click on the next button, it's going to switch to the next week or the previous week here. Now, if you change this to a different one, like for example, we want to view the schedule for today, you could go ahead and change that. As you can see, this is going to view the schedule for today. Now, if you want to change this to month, year, schedule, or 4 days, you could go ahead and do that. But for now, we're going to set this to week. Now, in this case, what are the other settings here? So at the left side here, we have our day. Now, in this case, you could go ahead and just select any day that you want to possibly manage. Like, for example, if you select, like, for example, I'm going to select the next week, 25 here, it's going to immediately switch to that specific week since we have this in the weekly basis. But we want to go back to our current week, we have this one. So go ahead and click on our current day. Now, in this case, at the bottom section of this calendar here, we have our My Calendar sections and other calendar sections here. Now, having calendars on Google Calendar here that has specific use for different type of events. Like, for example, maybe we want to only specify, like, for example, we have our own events that is under our name. We have birthdays here, and we have tasks. Now, depending on what you enable or add a check next, or add a check on the checkbox on that specific setting, you'll be able to view specific tasks or events on that specific calendar. Now, in this case, at the bottom here, we have other calendars. So these are calendars from different sources. Now, if you're not aware yet, you can actually import your friend's calendar or a family member's calendar into your own account here for you to view what is up in their current task list or in their current schedule, so that you know when they are actually available. Now, you just need to click on the checkbox here for you to see their schedule. Now, in this case, you might be wondering, how do you add your own calendar? Now, to do that, you just need to click on the plus button here that says Add Other Calendars. Now, in this case, you have Subscribe to Calendar, Create New Calendar, Browse Calendars of Interest from URL, or Import. Now, if you want to actually import a calendar from an outside source, just click on From URL here, and just need to import or add the URL for that from that specific calendar. And from here, just click on Add Calendar for you to start adding that. Now, in this case, what are the other things here? So we have Browse Calendar of Interest. So these are going to be calendars that you could actually add, or public calendars that you could actually add into your account. So you could go ahead and just choose them, and you'll be able to see it in your account. Now, we also have the option here to import. So if you want to import a calendar, you could go ahead and do that here. But in this case, let's just go back. Now, in this case, if you want to add or create a new calendar, just click on Create New Calendar here, and you'll be able to create your own calendar. So maybe I want to create a new calendar for school. So it's just type in school here, and from here you need to choose your time zone. So in this case, I'm going to keep my default time zone here. In this case, just click on Create Calendar. Now, once you've done that, it's going to start creating your calendar, and once you've done that, you should have your own calendar. In this case, this might take a few seconds or a few minutes. Once you've done that, let's just go back. Now, as you can see, we already have a calendar here for school. Now, in this case, what we need to do is we need to start adding our schedules or our views or our tasks here. In this case, maybe I want to add a new calendar or a new event here. So top left here, you have the create, just click on it. And from here, you have the event, task, or appointment schedule. In this case, I want to say I want to add a new event here. So let's just say this is going to be a project management class, and you need to choose the guests if you have those, the location, the school here. So since I've by default chosen school here when I actually created my calendar, it's going to choose school. But if you want to change this one to a different one, like for example, I want to change this to maybe I want to set this to Rand Stories instead of school. You could go ahead and select that. But for now, since it's school related, I'm going to choose school. You could also change the visibility for this one. So you could make it vibrate, public, or default visibility. Now you could also add notifications and a lot more. Now in this case, you could also add or adjust the schedule here. For example, I want to say this is going to be around 2 a.m. up to 3 a.m. of March 20. Now once you've done that, you could go ahead and just click on save. And as you can see, we now have our current schedule. Now whenever we uncheck school here, it would disappear because currently it is already set to school. Now, in this case, setting events on specific calendars that you've created is a great way for you to organize or basically compartment what you need, or basically organize what you need scheduled. Like for example, if you want a schedule or a different calendar for yourself only, you could go ahead and just add it via this calendar here. Or if you want to have a own schedule for school, you can go ahead and do that. Or you can have them both visible in this section here, as long as you add a checkbox or a check next to the checkbox on that specific calendar. Now, in this case, the great thing about Google Calendar is you could actually drag and drop those specific things that you see here, like your schedule. As you can see, I am able to move them around, change the time as I would see fit. In this case, those are the tips that we could give you to effectively use Google Calendar. And that's about it. So hopefully this video was able to help you. Like and subscribe to NFT Inspo. Thank you for watching.